Good morning, geometry. We're going to do the last section of chapter 10. It's on surface area. And I think this is revisiting things you've already learned in algebra or pre-algebra. But there is kind of a lot they pack into this section. So you'll probably want to write most of these formulas down. Um, so just the basic concept of surface area. Let me get my demonstration box from breakfast this morning. Um, Surface area is not volume. Volume is how much space this takes up entirely. Surface area, I think of it almost like if this was a present, and a terrific present it would be too. But if you wanted to wrap this up with wrapping paper, you need to cover the entire outside. That's surface area. For something simple like this box, you can see that you've got four faces: this one, top, back, and the bottom. Okay? That would be called lateral surface area. So that's just thinking about covering. Lateral means the side, right? So covering all the sides. But these two ends, if you want to add that in, then that's the whole surface area. So the lateral surface area, of course, is going to be this side times the height, this side times the height, this side times the height, and this side times the height. But if you think about it, that side plus that side plus that side plus that side, what is that? That's the perimeter of the base times the height. That gives you the lateral surface area here. You would have to do that plus the two ends to get the entire surface area. So any kind of prism, whether it's shaped like a rectangle like this, or what if this was like hexagon shaped? It would be the same concept. If it was, what do they give you? Oh yeah, they give you a hexagon. They give you if this is triangular, it'd be the same concept. It's going to be the perimeter times the height for lateral surface area, or it's going to be perimeter times the height plus the two ends. And I haven't even written anything. Sorry about that. So lateral is going to be perimeter times height. And the entire surface area is going to be perimeter times the height plus the two ends. Okay? If we had a cylinder, that's like a cylinder like my little speaker here. That's changing things only slightly. The only thing that's really changing is it's just a little harder to figure out the perimeter, right? There's not sides here. But if you think about it, like, let's see, can I do this? This is not going to quite cover it, but you get the idea. So if I was going to cover up the edge, the sides of this, and then I unroll it, it's going to turn out to be a rectangle. And that rectangle, the distance of that rectangle is going to be the circumference around here. And then the height of the rectangle is just going to be the height here. So the lateral surface area of a cylinder would just be circumference, which is pi times diameter, times the height, right? And then the entire surface area would just be that side. And then also you're going to get the two ends. And the ends are just going to be the area of a circle. Pi r squared. Twice, because you got two ends. Okay? All right. I think that is mostly review. What might not be review is pyramids and cones. They're kind of a pain, I think. Unless you're an Egyptian, then you'd probably have to know this stuff. So a pyramid, I don't even think I can draw this. Well, I'll give it a shot. Can I do this? All right. So there's a little bit of lingo that you need to know for pyramids, okay? This top's called the vertex. If you go from the very middle of, this is the base down here. If you go from the very middle straight up to the vertex, that's going to be the altitude, of course. But, okay, this is on a slant, correct? That distance from the vertex to the center of the base on the slant, that is called the slant height, which is something you might not know. Slant height. Where two faces meet on this edge, that's called the lateral edge, and this is called the base edge. And I think that's it. If we want to do the surface area, the lateral surface area of a pyramid, it's going to be this surface area. Can I do this with my hands? This plus this plus this. In mine, it's the three of them, right, together. And that is going to be, can you see this if I write this here? The lateral surface area is going to be 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height. 1/2 perimeter times the slant height. And how do they abbreviate that? They just do L. I don't know why. So the slant height is L. If you want to do the entire surface area, it's going to be 1/2 the perimeter times L, but of course now you have to include the base. And can I say, in your book, they have a little like key concepts thing at the bottom of page 773. I think they did something wrong where it says in words there for slant height or for surface area. They say the surface area of a right pyramid is the sum of the lateral area and they say, oh, I've already erased it. Do they say twice or they say half? Anyway, I think that's not right. It's the sum of the lateral area and the area of the base. So cross off whatever that word was. Okay? And lastly, if you have cones are even worse for me to draw. I'll do it just enough to give you an idea. Oh, no, they're not worse for me to draw, I guess. But they would go like that. Cones also are going to have an altitude, and they would have a slant height. And so the lateral surface area of a cone is going to be, so the lateral surface area is, we're going to have to do something with a circle. So it's pi r pi times the radius times the slant height. That's on page 775, right in the middle. And if you want the surface area of a cone, of course, then you're going to have to also add in the base. Okay? I think we have worked our way through. I know that's kind of a lot. The last thing they mention, and this is nothing new to you now, is they talk about a composite solid. So you might have, more than one of these things kind of crunched together, and then you would have to figure out the surface area of all those things. Okay, you have successfully completed chapter 10. Good on you.